the conclusion that all stories come to an end is one that is very sad, but I think that is what brings all of the beauty in our world. Up in the treetops, down in the grass, singing to no one and pecking the glass. Alright, so the inspiration for these first few verses came back when I was writing the song maybe about 8 months ago. So there was this one super cute bird that visited our dining room window like every day for a week and would literally just go on a bush and hop into the window and peck the window and just keep on hopping back. And I thought it'd be super cool to start writing a song not about like a human but centered around like a bird instead. So that was inspiration for that. Without a care in the world, it's just you, till one comes around and then one turns to two. So this next part of the song kind of dives into what it means to like not care about anything else. And I see this a lot in animals and especially young children, just not caring what anyone thinks of them and doing whatever. So it's a sort of freedom that I think comes with a young age and sometimes disappears, but I think we hold on to it and it attracts other people as we go. After a while their song is shared, it spreads to the others who found love in pair. Alright, so our lovebirds have finally fatefully met each other and their song is being spread between themselves but also the other lovebirds that they've seen pair up. So I think one way you can take this is that human connection is completely necessary in bringing out the best selves of people and having them thrive, you know? So I think especially in the social media driven days, we only see each other in the positive light, and I want to say that all songs don't have to be positive. We need to share the negative things we feel about ourselves to others, so I think that's what you can take from it. The world stops its turning, the light still shines bright, and home is found again. So the last part of the first verse kind of describes the feeling of the world just stopping, you know, the earth stopping its rotation, lights are bright, you know, everything's going good. And whatever it is you found, whether it be a partner in a relationship or a goal that you've set and accomplished, that is now your home and you know what you're doing. I see you lovebirds, you're starting to age, always together as if in a cage. The lovebirds have been together for a while and I use the metaphor of a cage. However, I don't really mean negative connotations with that. I think you can make the best out of whatever cage you have, and you can even purposely make a cage around yourself if you're enjoying all of your time with your loved ones. I think it's all up to your own interpretation. Still doing bird things and singing your song, quiet and soft as your voice is not strong. Our lovebirds are growing older, but I think it's super important to note the fact that despite their weak voices, they are still singing. To put this in perspective, I would say, sure, there are some songs that need deep and loud voices, but there are other songs that can be appreciated with soft or raspy voices. To put this in a few words, I would say that life has different stages, and it is okay to change who you are. Time passes even if feelings don't. Accept and move on, 'cause it's your time to go. Time will always move on, regardless of our feelings about this world and the acceptance of our leaving of this world. That is something we don't really have a lot of power over. Ironically, the only way to accept an ending, especially death, is to accept that there might not be any acceptance there in the first place, and that life will just move how it does. I see their last breath, the lovebirds no more, but music still goes on. The lovebirds pass on, but their music, their impacts and contributions to the society and world around them will still live on. You say it's not fair, life is meant to be lived. A pair of lovebirds should forever be one. When I wrote this pre-chorus, I was dealing with some existential dread, specifically about death. I think the lyrics, a pair of lovebirds should forever be one, kind of helps sum that up. So I was assuming lovebirds should always be together and are meant to be. In the same way, I looked at life as if I was meant to live, but the hard thing to accept is I am also meant to die. But I know that beauty comes from the fact that all stories come to an end. The conclusion that all stories come to an end is one that is very sad, but I think that is what brings all of the beauty in our world. You know, like the idea that our moments that we experience are fleeting and our recollections of these moments are hazy. The idea that we had them and that we can't have them ever again is what gives it its value and its beauty. So go lovebirds, fly, fly away, underneath the sun that sets each day. Go lovebirds, fly away, underneath the sun that sets each day. While a sunset may look like a sunset in our eyes, on the other end of the world is sunrise. I think death or any sort of loss can be looked at in the same way. So my course is kind of a call to action towards the birds. Instead of just being taken away by the wind themselves, they should take the action to fly, fly away, and at least attempt to accept and move on. And while this may be a sad action for them to do, what is more beautiful than a sunset? Thank you guys.